Hi everybody, it's Kara Marshall here with Anna. I'm Kara, your soul friend, here for your monthly intuitive reading for the month of August 2022. I just felt with the fog rolling in that it would be a beautiful day to do the reading outdoors and share the energy of where I live with all of you. And anyways, I just kind of wanted, last night I spent the day, or yesterday I spent the day in nature and really just enjoyed the abundance of what it means to live on this planet. And I feel as though that energy is what's moving forward this month. So what I've been hearing for the month of August is that, yeah, again, we're continuing about really getting authentic with ourselves, but I feel as though there's an energy that we need to really be courageous. We really need to bring in the courage to live our best lives, the courage to live from our heart's desires, and to really reflect and take time to go, what is it that lights me up? What is it that, they're just kind of saying, like, it's like, what if you only had a couple years to live? How would you live those years? And they said, that's what we really want to be checking into. That's what we really want to align our energies accordingly. So for the overall energy of the month, it's around harmonizing with what lights you up, and being alert, being zestfully alert, like being aware of what brings you joy, what really makes you feel in the moment, where you're not really thinking about anything else and you're just truly enjoying life and what's going on. And so it's like, if that feels kind of foreign to you, of like what does light you up, it's like, start with paying attention to your passions, allow the mind to come through and allow yourself to feel, what are you passionate about? And then notice those passions, and notice when you are experiencing those types of activities or experiences, how you are feeling in that. That is what lights you up. That is that higher self talking. That's your essence. That's your heart. That's your soul. That's who you want to be, and that's how you want to experience this life. And so for the month, when that comes up, we also get all these reasons why we can't and why it's not possible. And that's where we're going to get stuck. So we really need to have the courage to be bold and to take the risks and to follow our heart's desires. And if that means letting go of a lifestyle that you're used to living, or maybe letting go of relationships or a family dynamic or anything that you have attached to as to how it is to live life, they're saying, like, you've just got to let go of that and allow yourself to live a new style of life. We're really moving forward into that. We're being almost like molded or strengthened into learning to live with change being the only constant, and allowing ourselves to see that we are resilient, we are human, we are creators, we are imaginative, we are intuitive, we are supportive, we have the strength, and we have the action. So it's like they just really want us to see how great it truly is to be human, because we are creating the new paradigm. And at the beginning of the month, we really need to pay attention. We're in Leo season right now. So we just came out of a new moon of setting intentions from our heart's desires, from what it is that I love in life. Leo is all about you know, the I am, and being the leader in that. So being the leader within yourself and allowing yourself to explore into what is the highest and greatest good for you. And you know, we've been brought up in a society that kind of shuns that, you know, and it basically says, oh, that's egotistical, or you're selfish and you're putting yourself first. And it's like, you know what? Really, if everybody in the whole world would put themselves first, there we would be living in a world of bliss, because nobody would take things personally. Nobody would take things you know, that someone's trying to hurt them. They would know that everybody is doing the best and living their best lives. And if they're doing that, and if you have a reaction to it, that's your reaction. That has nothing to do with them. That is your hurts, your pains, your suffering. And you have the ability to change that, to heal it, to address it, and start living true and authentic to you. When we are living in our heart, when we are living truly for ourselves, being selfish, there's no suffering. There really isn't. And it's like, it's ultimate compassion and connection, and allowance and acceptance of everybody and who and how they want to live their lives. So at the beginning of the month, I'm being told we need to harmonize with our highest and greatest self, with the highest rhythms of life. So pay attention, because the overall month is around that connecting with your passions, right? And being enthusiastic about what lights you up. So when you see that, harmonize with it. Start taking actions that reflect that, you know, whether it's a step forward. If something lights you up, for instance, you know, I'll be vulnerable here, you know, swimming lights me up, and maybe I'm not doing that enough, and maybe that's something I need to start taking actions with, and infusing that more into my life. So that's something that we're all being asked to do, is really bring in more of your heart's desires and take in that Leo energy and really move it forward, because the astrological energy is going to get very intense here. We're getting retrograde, I think Jupiter's retrograde, and so that's going to really illuminate and really magnify the areas that we are not being authentic to ourselves and living our best lives. So we'll move forward at the beginning of the month, paying attention to what we need to harmonize with for our highest and greatest good. And then in the middle of the month, we need to really, they're saying it's like, it's similar to the beginning of the month, but we want to really connect with our intuition. We really want to start to follow our intuition without hesitation. And that again requires courage, because lots of times we get that intuition, but we don't take the steps forward because we start to overthink, and we start to go, oh, well, what if that person thinks this, or what if that? It's like, no, again, we are still in the Leo energy, and it's I am. So we've got to put ourselves first, and we really got to listen to that intuition, because the universe wants to co-create with us. Leo is all about creating. Leo is all about co-creating. You know, they are the creators. They're the leaders of I am. So it's like, co-create with the universe. The universe wants to, and source wants to assist you so that you can live your best life. And for anybody that follows me or that lives here, I am going to be offering a creative workshop at the middle of the month. I'm going to be doing a rock painting workshop where you get a guided meditation to meet your spirit guide, where they will give you guidance and a power word to help you live your best life, so that it can bring you back onto path and live from your heart's desires. And then we will create, you know, that energy of that power word and put it on our rock as a talisman, and you will keep that to invigorate and to empower you in the direction of what that message was. So feel free to come in. That's on my website, karamarshall.ca. Just felt to share that, because that is at the middle of the month, is around that being spontaneous, following your intuition, exploring, the full spectrum of life and your heart's desires and what lights you up. Then at the end of the month, we're coming into the energy of being willing to enhance that creativity, enhance the the creative life force that's wanting to move you forward, and be willing to take the steps that you need to do. Again, all of this requires courage. I just keep hearing, this is about getting past our fears and our limitations and what holds us back. And usually what holds us back is when we start thinking what others might think, or what's expected of us, or I'm going to lose this. And we forget to look at, what am I gaining? What am I creating? How am I moving forward? How am I creating a new path? And that's the energy that's wanting to move forward. So really connect at the end of the month about being willing to enhance your creative process, and connecting with your resources, because we will be entering into the Virgo energy. So we really want to ground this and bring it from Earth's abundance and start moving forward that way. So that's what I'm hearing is going to help us. Again, people that follow me, there's a lot of drama and stories that are going on in the external world with COVID and government and school and all of these systems that are falling apart. And they're saying, yes, you can pay attention to that, but what it is more important is you need to create yourself. We are strengthening our resiliency, our humanness, so that we can be the leaders in this new paradigm, so that we can be the creators that are going to be required when all of these systems fall apart, because they will, and they are. And we got to remove ourselves from the fear and the attachment and allow those systems to fall apart, whether it's the family unit, whether it is the understanding of what relationships are, what marriage is, what is a mom, what are all those roles, and allowing those to fall away and re-identifying and going, what is it that lights me up? And that doesn't mean that you're being, unloving, or you're not caring. It means that you are following your heart's desire. You can still love somebody and not be with them. It's like you've got to put you first. And that is the most important thing this month. So really pay attention to that. Be zestfully alert to what lights you up and harmonize with it and take actions. It doesn't mean you have to dive 100% in, but at least start taking actions to build that strength. So that is the month of August. I hope everybody is enjoying their summer in the Northern Hemisphere and their winter energies in the Southern. And I look forward to seeing you all in September. I love you. Bye.